Welcome back to Gamer Sanctuary. It's Wednesday night, 40k night, and it is the start of Chapter 2 of the Intrusion at Ora Recentes campaign. I'm just going to do a quick pan around the store so you can see what we got going on. We have a grand total of 12 players playing in the campaign this time around. We got some magic going on in front and some other guys playing some pickup 40k as well. It's going to be awesome. I'm hoping to get some of the new players on a bat rep sometime within the next 5 weeks. But today we are kicking off with a return to the planet. We're going to start with all the new coming armies having to fight their way on planet by playing a Planetstrike mission. So that includes me and my Orc army. So let's take a look and see what I have for today. All right, we are going to play 1750 points here. I have War Boss Deffcruncha as my Supreme Warlord. He's going to get all kinds of funky benefits from that. He's also going to earn experience. All of the player's hero characters are going to earn experience through the campaign, so we'll keep track of that as well. He is going to be leading a mob of 30 Choplin Slugger boys with 3 big shooters and a knob with Power Claw. He has the big boss pole and the Super Cyborg body. This is a Ghazghkull army, by the way. So we have to follow all the Ghazghkull rules. So this is a mob of 30 boys that are fearless and going to be deep striking. It's going to be crazy. Then we have Wobbert Crazy Guts on his bike with the Killer Claw to insta-kill some monstrous creatures. He's leading 15 biker boys with a knob and Power Claw and Boss Pole. I have 11 Storm Boys at 10 regular and a knob with Power Claw. Zagstruck is actually just going to be a knob. So we are not allowing named characters in this campaign. We want to make our own stories up. We have 11 shooter boys with a big shooter and a knob with Power Claw as well. 2 looted wagons with Def Cannon and big shooters, red paint jobs, and Grot Orderly. I'm sorry, not Grot Orderlies, Grot Riggers. And then 5 Def Copters with rockets. So we have 1750 points. We'll go over my Planetstrike stratagems when they actually get used, and we will see who my opponent is in just a second. I did forget to mention I have 3 mega knobs with Combi Scorches as well. Combi Scorches and Boss Poles in the middle there. They kind of got lost. Sorry about that. As luck would have it, I draw this tall, dark, and ugly fella and his Hive Fleet Muggis, which I never got to play in the first round of the campaign, so I'm actually really excited. The way we did it, we had everyone who's planet striking roll dice, and the highest die got to challenge somebody who was on the planet to a game. I decided to defer just so I would because I'm the official TO for this or the event organizer for this. So I figured I'd let everyone else make their challenges first. And poor Mike, nobody wanted to play against him. I think Hive Fleet Muggis' reputation is preceding them. So I drew the short end of the stick, apparently. So we're going to let Mike go over what he's got here in the army. If you want to just point it out and tell me what you got.
Sure. So leading the army today, we have the Broodmother Genetrix. She's a Tervigon. We have a Venom Throat Brood over here that'll help me out with cover and give me some better cover saves because they grant stealth to any unit within 6. I got 1 Zoanthrope and 1 Zoanthrope. A unit of 30 Termagons.
I didn't realize it was all one unit in the trenches.
And so in order to take that one as a troop, you have to take a unit of 30. We have the Hammer Brood right here. A brood of Carnifexes with Twin Link Devourers. 2 Exocrines, and the Crusher right here, the Stone Crusher Carnifex, and that's about it.
And we have 2 Bastions, a Sky Shield landing platform. It does have a quad gun sitting on top of it, and the big old mound of ugly right there is actually a Void Shield generator. So that gives me 4 fortifications, and I will have 4 bonus Firestorms for this one. Go ahead.
The idea is the Tyranids got like a beachhead on Wrath in the first campaign, or sorry, on Ora Recentes in the first campaign. Now they've started tyrannoforming this whole area, and they're getting there, but you can see there are still some remnants of the Imperial occupation.
Yep. And the way we had it set up, because Mike was so successful in the first round of the campaign, we actually put him in the category we're calling the Lords of Ora Recentes. These are the armies that are emerging and becoming powerful on planet, which were primarily, for the story part of it, were just going to be Necrons, but because Mike's Tyranids were so successful, we included them as well. The other factions, we have the Survivors of Ora Recentes. Any faction that was involved in the first round of the campaign campaign can be played as a survivor, and their special rule, we allowed them to ally with each other as allies of convenience. So we could have Space Marines and Eldar as allies of convenience, with Dark Eldar or Orks as well. And the final faction is the faction I'm playing as. We are the Profiteers of Ora Recentes. We're the newcomers to the campaign. So we're just, we all have our own motivations for being here, and we're all looking for different things. So anyway, we're going to start with some Firestorm barrages, and oh yeah, there are objectives scattered throughout the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there we go. So I'm going to start dropping some Firestorms and then pick my table edge and come in from reserve. Alright, that doesn't look like there's a whole lot that's been taken off after my Firestorms, but I actually did quite a bit of damage. First thing you'll note is the quad gun is no longer there. That's going to help me when I get stuff coming in from reserve. I dropped everything right in this area. Just kept trying to hit Carnifexes and Zoanthropes, and I ended up... I think I forced the Zoanthrope here to make 6 saves, and he made them all. Good thing he would have been insta-killed. But each of these 2 Carnifexes only has a single wound left, and I did knock out both the Void Shields from the Void Shield generator. So I'm going to start bringing my stuff in from reserve, and we will start with turn 1. Alright, Mike kind of foiled my grand strategy by playing one of his Planetstrike stratagems. Basically, everything I have that comes in from reserve, Mike is going to roll a die for. On a 4+, he gets to decide what table edge it comes in on, which kind of sucked. My big old mob of boys came in, and they were fine, and they all shot at the Zoanthrope, did a single wound to him. Mike was making saves like crazy. The 5 rockets from the Deffcrunchas killed one of the Carnifexes. I couldn't get 2 wounds on them, though, to get 2 Carnifexes. The looted wagon and the Mega Knobs in there shot at the Termagants, but thanks to the Venomthrope's cover save, or adding stealth to their already nice cover save, they survived. And then my bikers tried to kill the Venomthropes. I only hit 14 times out of 48 shots. I'm sorry, I only wounded 14 times out of 48 shots, but Mike made 12 saves. So he lost a single Carnifex, 1 Venomthrope, and took a wound on the Zoanthrope, and that's it. So we're going to move now into bottom of turn 1. Alright, Tyranid turn 1 was pretty good. Mike wiped out 12 of my biker boys, but it took everything doing it. Nothing else. Nothing else was shot at, basically, except he did shoot his warlord shot the stinger salvo at my fearless mob of boys over there, and I made an armor save with an orc. So go figure. They are all Ard boys, by the way. So
what does that mean? They
have 4-up armor save instead of 6-up t-shirt saves. So anyway, that's about it. So we're gonna move into turn 2, and I'm gonna get some more of my reserves in, and hopefully kill some of these Termagants, get them out of the way so I can get those bikers in there and actually do something. Top of turn 2, Deffcruncha and his boys just moved forward and shot. They did manage to kill a Zoanthrope, giving me first blood. My shooter boys arrived over on this side and cleared out a big swath of the Termagants in the cover there. Mike was rolling a lot of 1s, which made up for all the 3+s he was rolling earlier. The Deffcrunchas knocked down the Void Shield again, but failed to kill that last, or that second Carnifex, so they're still okay. Back over here, the Mega Knobs got out of the wagon, used their Scorches, didn't do a wound on the Turvagon, but got in and did 4 in combat. She killed 1 in return. So I'm iffy about that. And then not Zagstruck, the Storm Boys and their mob deep struck in, ran, and charged in thanks to my WAAAAGH. Got into combat. They rolled a 12 on their run roll, which is awesome. Then they charged in, did 4 more wounds to the Tyrannifex, or the Exocrine, excuse me, in combat, but he's got 1 left. So the Exocrine's got 1, the Turbigon's got 2, that Carnifex has 1. My bikers are still trying to shoot Venomthropes. They did manage to kill another one. And that's it now. We're going to move into bottom of 2. Bottom of turn 2 for the Tyranids. Both Turbogons remembered to actually spawn some Gaunts this turn, which is helpful. That squad and this brood right here killed the last 2 regular bikers, but the Warboss and the Knob are both okay. The Carnifexes came around here and annihilated the Deffcrunchas. That was not good. Nobody paid attention to Deffcruncha's mob. Stonecrusher's coming around here looking at a tank, but the highlight, this Carnifex, or excuse me, Turvagon, managed to get off Psychic Scream and did a single wound to the knobs, the Mega Knobs. The Mike's Warlord managed to kill both of them in combat though. She did 3 wounds and ripped right through their armor. So they died without a chance to swing back and take any of her 2 wounds left. The Storm Boys though managed to finish off not Tyrannifex, Exocrine without taking the wound in return, so they're okay. We're gonna move into turn 3 now and try to push some of these monsters back and maybe go for some objectives. Top of turn 3, Deffcruncha and his mob again slowly moved forward and shot at that Turvagon, took out the last couple wounds and finished her. She was dead. Actually, I believe the looted wagon took off 1 wound with its kill cannon. Yeah, the slug finished. Well, one of the big shooters finished her off. Yeah. Over here, the boys shot at and then assaulted into the Termagants that were in the trenches. I killed 11 of them. He killed 1 of me, so I won the fight. But they're fearless, and it just made this big gap in between us, and we couldn't consolidate in far enough. So, yep, they're still. They're actually not in combat anymore, so that's pretty cool. That looted wagon pressed that, so it just kind of trundled forward and hit my boys and did nothing. Let's see what else happened. Oh, my bikers again basically did nothing. They just kind of shot at the Venom Thrope and failed. Looks like now they're about to get hit with some Termagants, and I bet you anything Carnifexes are coming after them. However, my biggest failure this turn, the Storm Boys. I lost 2 to dangerous terrain when they jumped off the platform, and then they decided to assault into the Venom Thrope. I lost 1 more. I'm sorry, I lost. How did I lose that last Storm Boy? I can't remember. He hurt himself.
On a shooting phase.
Yeah.
You lost the leadership test.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I failed my leadership test from the dangerous terrain, so I boss pulled that last Storm Boy, and then the knob charged in and whiffed. He completely failed. I hit 1 time and I rolled a 1 to wound. So my Power Claw didn't kill the Venom Thrope. The Venom Thrope actually did a wound to me in return, and I didn't make my leadership test there. So we're gonna move now in the bottom of 3, and at this point I think we're gonna start pushing towards objectives. Tyranid turn 3. The war boss is all by himself over here with a single wound. It took just about everything over here shooting at him to do it. We'll come over here actually. Stonecrusher managed to charge the looted wagon and blow it up with its Hammer Wrath kick. Not bad. The best thing that happened though over here, all this fired. The Carnifexes, the Exocrine, the Termagants, and actually the Turvagon over here fired into my Fearless Boys. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. He came this way. He's backward. Yep. You keep leaving him that way. Anyway, they all fired into my boys. He hit me 20 times with the Devourers, wounded 18 of them. I made what'd I say? I made 14 saves. 16. Wounded 16 times. Yep.
You made 14.
I made 14 or 12 saves. 12 saves. I lost 4 Orks out of 30. So we're gonna move into turn 4 now and definitely try to push towards some objectives. Okay, turn 4. The Orc boys here moved into the woods. They shot at the Carnifexes, did 1 wound, and they felt no pain on it. I tried to assault in, rolled a 7, a 6, and a 1, and I re-rolled the 1 for Here We Go, and I failed it, so they stayed out of combat. I did lose 4 of them to Overwatch. The looted wagon and the boys finished off the Venom Thrope over there, so no more cover saves. But the highlight of the turn definitely was my war boss, who came screaming around here to hit that gap in the trenches between the 2 mobs right there. Roll the 1 for dangerous terrain, roll the 1 for his armor save, and roll the 2 or something for his feel no pain, and died. So we're now moving into the bottom of turn 4.
Wear your helmets, kids.
Yes, wear your helmets. All right, turn to turn 4. All the bugs over here shot at and whittled down these boys, but they made the leadership check. They're okay. The Carnifex had to feed through instinctive behavior, and so he ran back and grabbed that objective, which is a good thing. And then a whole bunch of stuff over here fired at my Fearless Boys squad, killed 9 of them, but they are okay. The war boss took a single wound. But otherwise, we're looking okay, so we're going to go into turn 5 and try to grab some points. Top of turn 5, my looted wagon immobilized itself on the trench, but I'm holding the objective. It shot over and killed 6 of the Termagants right here. And then I shot at the Carnifexes with both my squad's boys. I didn't do a single wound to any of them, so I tried to assault in. These guys failed, and I didn't take this boy right here made 5 armor saves from Devourers. Go heavy armor. He's getting promoted. the other squad got into combat. The boys themselves killed the first Carnifex and did a wound on the second one, but that put my knob out of range. He couldn't, on his initiative step, get into combat to hit that last Carnifex. So I lost 2 boys in return, and the combat was a draw. And I'm not happy about that. I wanted to win that one. So then we're going to move into bottom of 5 and see if I can't hold off Mike from keeping us some objectives here. All right, the game is over after turn 5. Everything over here shot at my Orks. It killed a few more of the boys, but again, they're fearless. They don't really care. The big thing that happened though in the middle was the squad of boys here got killed by the Carnifex. 3 of the Termagants charged in to give him a hand, but they didn't do anything. The Carnifex hit all 3 times, wounded all 3 times. The strength 9 is more than twice my toughness 4, so the knob was insta-killed. And then they consolidated on that objective, giving Mike 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives for 12 points. But I have Warlord in First Blood, so 12 to 2. This objective is being contested, and that one is also being contested because they just ran over here and they moved around and shot me. So great game. We're going to get more shots for the campaign as things progress, and Mike gets to actually pick where I deploy now on the campaign map, which is going to be fun. He's going to stick me. Yeah, that was the turning point of the game. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
When Mike decided that my bikers were going to show up over there, and I couldn't do jack about it. I should have just committed and killed the Termagants that first turn, or the second turn with a charge, but I tried to get greedy, and it cost me. So target priority is a big thing in this game, guys. Thanks for watching, and you can expect another bat rep every week from here on out. As long as Mike and I don't play each other, we might be able to do 2 at a time. So thanks again.
I totally forgot my